Good afternoon, everybody. It's me again, Marcia from Kansas Misfit. And today I'm going to talk to you about preparing my potatoes for my garden, what I go through to get them ready. I also have some onions sets that we've gotten to plant in the garden. I want to share those with you as well. I have in this bag, I don't know how many pounds, but the red onions, and this is how I plant them. You put the, that was heavy. You put the roots the roots here down in the ground and just cover it. And all you really need is the roots covered in the dirt, but I like to cover it where just this part is sticking out. So all this will be under the ground, and you put your onions at every 4 inches, and you don't have to do much, but when they get taller and the greens are starting to get bending and things, and you can take and pull every other one out, and then let the rest of them continue growing until they start turning brown on top and falling over. And then you know they're ready. But I hope I can get 1 pound, 2 pound onions. But I have a whole bag full of the red, the white, and the yellow. And here's one of the white ones. Same way. And the yellows. Sweet onion. Anyway, onions help keep the bugs away from the plants, so I'll be planting onions in every one of my beds to help keep the bugs out of what is growing in that bed. And we'll have plenty of onions. And then I can figure out where to store them when the time comes. But hopefully I have enough where I can sell things at the farmer's market here in my new hometown, which I've never did before because we just moved here. So it's going to be something new, and I'll be sharing that with you when the time comes as well. But until then, this is how it's going to be. But now to the potatoes. We take the potatoes and you buy them. We bought these at Blue Stem Farm and Ranch Incorporated. And you get the ones that have the eyes on them. You take your knife. And try to have at least 2 eyes per cutting. So you cut into the potato until you get 2 eyes in that section. You cut it out. Let me get this all cut here. There we go. So there's one right there. And I'll take this and I'll lay it on my my handy old cookie sheet here, and lay it down so it'll dry out. Get all the juices from the potato all dried out on there, so it'll harden the skin, or make like a skin on there. And then you take and keep cutting your potato. I don't see very many more on here, but I know there's one right here. So I'll cut them and lay them on the cookie sheet and let them dry out, because if you don't, I guess they will rot in the ground, and you don't want your potatoes to rot when you're wanting to grow potatoes. So I just cut them and place them on the sheet, and then when they're all dried, I'll have them ready to plant. And I believe I will plant them close to St. Patrick's Day, which is March 17th. I might plant them sooner. Depends on if we get a raised bed ready. They won't start growing until the temperature is at least 45 degrees, the ground temperature, at least 45 degrees, then they would be warm enough to start growing. So, cut these up. I have, I think, 10 pounds of potatoes I'm going to be planting. So I should be able to sell some as well. I want to be able to take my potatoes when they're ready to harvest. I can, I probably have to blanch them first after I slice them up. I'll probably slice them up lengthwise like scalloped potatoes, and then I can blanch that just enough to keep it from growing or whatever, and then place them in bags and freeze them. And then when I want to have scalloped potatoes, I already have some frozen and cut up ready. Then all I have to do is thaw them, put them in your pan, put your onions in there and your sauce and ham or whatever you want to put in there for your scalloped potatoes, and bake them. And then I can dice some up in little squares for like hash brown, or I don't like to, I can make hash browns by grating them, but you can make diced potatoes and cook those like hash browns too. Diced potatoes, put some, then you can add your peppers and onions and stuff, and then blanch those just enough, like just 2-3 minutes, not very much. You don't want to cook them up, just because then they'll get mushy, but just enough to keep them from growing more eyes and things. Put them in the freezer, and then they're ready to uh, be prepared for when you're ready to eat them. Then you can have your freezer full of different kinds of potatoes. The fried potato, you can make potato chips out of the thin sliced ones as well. And I'm hoping to buy an air fryer. It's on my wish list. That way I can make all kinds of items and air fry them and save the calories to keep them off of me, so I'd be able to lose weight and still eat the foods I like. That's healthier than having to fry in oil and stuff. So what I'm going to do is finish cutting the potatoes, and when it comes time to plant, there's another eye on that one. When it comes time to plant, then they'll be all dry and ready. So, isn't this exciting? I think it's exciting. So, I'll be looking around. I don't know if I'll be in Sabetha for my farmer's market or Seneca. If they both have one and they're on separate days, I'll be having one in both places. I have a lot of growing to do to make it, to sell things at the farmer's market, and a lot of work to keep the weeds out and producing what I need for my family before I sell the abundance to the abundant harvest, or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you follow my channel more so you can learn more of what's going on in my life. My husband as well. We try our best to do things for the channel that is entertaining, and hopefully some of it is where you can learn and we can teach you things. But comment things you would like to know or like me to talk about. Some food you like me to cook. Get some information for me to follow through on, so that way I can help you with ideas that you have for me to do talks on my channel. Anyway, smash the like button and share this with your friends, and let them enjoy and learn at the same time. And I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful day, and ta-ta for now.